Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today is another episode of Thrifty Canucks. And I got a different sweater on today in case you noticed or don't notice. The reason I'm telling you this is I was looking at some of my older videos and I wear the same clothes all the time. So I thought, it's not a new sweater, but it's something I don't wear very often. So I got to show you something, at least something different, so it doesn't look like I'm just sitting here day after day wearing the same clothes. Although, I have a different sweater on, but you would probably, if you saw the rest of me, think that I dressed in the dark today because I have quite an ensemble on that does not match, but it's comfy. Anyway, so I have this big stack of books. I figured I'd start with those before anything else because they're heavy and just to get them out of the way. And this first book I have here is called 5,000 Quotations for All Occasions. And the book is from 1945. Yes, 1945. And it just has an assortment of different quotes from A to Z. So here under A, it's got Adam and Eve. And here's one quote. It says, "Adam ate the apple and our teeth still ache." Yeah. So there's some interesting things in here. Anger. Men often make up in wrath what they want in reason. So I just thought these would be fun to, cut out or, to write out in some cases and use in my art and in different ways. So it's just a fun book, and I think I'll look for the more interesting ones to use. And it's also got very aged pages, and they're a nice weight. So either way, I can use it for a background or cut out the quotes. So there was that one. Love the cover too. So this will definitely get used for some type of a journal. Now this one is a soft cover, like it's a, kind of a cardstock weight. It is, I'm guessing, a German book. Oh, now there's London in here. Britannia. I thought I saw somewhere that it was written in another language. It looks like German to me, but I'm not 100%. A beautiful fold-out map that I could easily use in a journal. Isn't that a gorgeous piece of paper? Love this green, so I could see that being turned into a couple of tags or journal card. Very aged pages. There are some images in here. Some of them I would use, some not so easily. Some of them could be backgrounds for different things. So I'm going to put this book aside because I do have a plan for a project that I would like to share with you later on. So there's some fun stuff in here that could be used, like maps and age paper, of course. That's an interesting image. So lots of fun to use in this book. I'm going to put it aside on the other side here to remind myself about it. And then I found this book, Leo the Lop. And it's like a Beatrice Potter type of style, vintage looking bunnies, being playful, whimsical. Just a cute little book. I love the color illustrations in here. And this just says, so easy that I can use it for doing envelopes and fold out pages. I've been collecting a lot of bunny stuff. I never knew I had this thing for bunnies, but apparently I do. I think it's been from watching Gail so much because she's in love with bunnies and always does stuff with bunnies. But all of a sudden I've picked up an interest in them. So I just keep buying these things and putting them aside, and who knows, a bunny journal might be in the future. This next one, and Lori's going to laugh because she had shown me a bunch of these when she was here. And I finally, I thought I have a couple somewhere, I think. I may have sold them at my garage sale before we moved. But these are those photo album books. We all bought them for Grandma in the day. But they have beautiful floral images in here and frames. And actually, I just watched Cindy from Studio Lou. She got a really nice frame album. But this could easily, you know, it would take a little bit of work, but if you have the right tools, you can separate these two pages and take advantage of using the frames. You know, this could make a really nice bookmark or a belly band. So I just figured, I'm going to play around with one of these again. I think when I got it, or when I used one a long time ago, I put a picture in and then worked on top of it and just chopped it down to a size that was reasonable. But it meant that I lost a lot of the floral patterns. So I think I'm going to look at things a little differently. And, you know, if I start working and it's coming together okay, I'll bring you along on the journey. But there are some pretty florals in here. And it would really take nothing to make this into a tag. It wouldn't take much to split the pages apart. I just have to, you know, work a little bit harder at yeah, see, it's coming apart pretty easy now on this one. So it wouldn't be hard to take this apart completely and take advantage of all these florals. I just don't think I looked at it from that point of view last time. So yeah, beautiful pictures. Lots of quality images in here if I want to use this, and it was $2 for the book. And I think the ones we were looking at Value Village were around the $4 mark, and then I would have got the discount, so it would have been about the same kind of price. But yeah, very pretty, and I will play with that and see what I can come up with. This next one was $1, and I love this book, The Flowers and Fruits of the Bible. John Chancellor, illustrated by W.H. McCheyne. I don't know what the copyright date is on here. It doesn't say yet. Beautiful fonts. Here we go. 1982. But every second page, which is nice, every second page, because on the other side it has writing. But every second page is a beautiful full color image. So this is going to the left because it's going to get worked on right away, and all of these are going to get turned into envelopes or fold outs of some kind right away. I'm working on those 3 pink journals I told you about, so I think a lot of these are going to go right into those journals. So just very pretty images. You know, some of them I won't use right away, but a lot of them I will. And yeah, for $1, the work is done for me. It's a very sturdy paper and matte finish, so I don't have that high gloss on there. So nice. And then I still will be able to use the book and the book jacket for something. It's just a very plain olive green, but I could use it for something. Another type of journal. Going to the left. Some of the stuff goes in the pile to be repurposed or put away in my stash, and then I take it out as I want to use it. This was a steal. It was $4 for the whole lot. I think I got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 packages. And they come with 20 sheets of wrapping paper. Now, some of them are the thin tissue, and if you've received packages from me, bigger packages, then I do wrap a lot of things in wrapping paper. I'll just take this out again. And so whenever I see these, I do grab them. Some of them are pretty. Some of them are, you know, ugly as all get out. But like that's a very beautiful paisley pattern. This is also nice to make small sheets to go in your journal. So you can just fold it up and put a page in there, kind of to act as a, you know, like a little coverlet or something on top of a page. A very pretty polka dot. So like one square like this is more than plenty to go into a journal for a little extra page. And there's 20 per package. So I'm guessing there's a few repeats. It looks like there's, this must be torn or just folded funny. So yeah, it looks like there's two bunches in each pack. Oh, and there's more. Okay, so there's these patterns too. Some of them are a little, you know, wild looking. Big polka dots. I watched Christina today. She's in love with polka dots. I didn't realize that, Christina. I like this print. You know, it's a little bit bold, but I still like it. So yeah, good score on that. And you may, if you're getting a package from me, you may see something wrapped in some of this stuff. Going to the right, going into stash. So that's it for the books. And now I figured I'll do kind of the fabric stuff. I don't have a real grand finale today. I have a couple of things that I really like, but no grand finale today. And so here is one of my pashmina scarves. It was $2. Yeah, I couldn't resist. It's my colors. That's, I love those colors. So I had to scoop it. I don't need any more fabric. I don't need any more paper right now, although paper does go quickly, but it's one of those things that, how can you say no? If nothing else, I'll take it upstairs, wash it, and wear it for a couple months and then use it. So we'll see. It's got a nice plain, simple fringe on the bottom. But yeah, it'll get used up for journals. I like using these for traveler's notebooks. And I haven't finished. I have a bunch that I haven't finished yet that are sitting in a tub to do. I got to find some time. And but that's what I like to use these for, because you can get a lot of mileage out of them, and I have sort of a system for doing them. Again, it's something that I would like to take you on the journey in one of my See Me Go videos to show you how I use a scarf. Then I bought this shirt. It's not something I would wear. Well, I might if it fit me, but it doesn't fit me. It's just got a really beautiful trim along the edge. It's a linen, a very nice linen. The trim extends around the waistline, and then it's also along the bottom. And what I like about this pleated section is these are sewn pleats. So I can use this to make a journal cover as a base, and I don't have to sew it like that way, or it's not ironed, it's already sewn, so it'll stay in that shape. So this could easily become a really pretty journal cover, just using this trim along the bottom and creating the book with the fabric itself. So this was $3, and I know you can buy fabric for $2-3 as well, but sometimes you see something unusual, and for $3 I can get 4 journals at least out of here, as well as some extra trim. There's even a zipper in here. That's interesting, along the side. This was made in China, but it has a Peter Nygaard signature on it. I will certainly keep those for my collection that I have of these tags. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're all in a little box with other sewing related labels and things, so that when I do want to do something that is sewing related, I have them. Although, he doesn't exactly have the greatest name right now, but I will still keep it to put in the book. And then there was this one, and yeah, if it would have fit me, I might not have been so easy to take it apart, but man, has it ever got really pretty flowers on here. It's a size small. Those days are long gone. Too many Halloween chocolates and Christmas chocolates. But I can easily cut out all the flowers. What's nice about it in the cream white is you can dye them as you need them in any color you want. The whole outside of the top is in this lace trim, which is again a nice trim to use. It's long sleeve, so you get a lot of mileage there, and it's a kind of a sweater overlay, excuse me, on an ironed pleated shirt. So this is just a very sheer nylon-y type fabric. What this is good for, and so many people ask me, what do you use this stuff for? I will take this and cut it into 1-inch wide strips. It's the perfect length for making tassels, so that will absolutely get used up. I don't think there's anything underneath even more. Oh, there is another sheer lining here that I guess goes under the sweater. So yeah, it will all get used in strips for making tassels. And again, the same thing. This can be dyed in any color if I want it, but I do make a lot of tassels where I use like cream colors mixed with other colors to, to show some contrast. So I will probably just leave it in this color and cut it up. Whenever I do cut up something like this from scratch, I will try to bring you along with me. I started one, I just haven't finished it yet, but you'll see a video of that coming up soon. Now this, I don't remember. Oh, here we go. I couldn't remember what I paid for it. It was $1.50. And there are 3 panels of this beautiful floral print. So yeah, it's a no-brainer, right? It's cotton, so it will tear very nicely to make some nice shabby ribbons. It's not huge. It's probably about 18 inches, I think. No, 16 inches. So it's not huge pieces. So you know, maybe you can get a bow out of it if you're tearing it for ribbons. But it is nice to make some pockets. Maybe have a lace overlay over top of it. Something. It would be very nice in a floral journal. So I had to have that, and there's 3 panels here, so lots of use. And I can also, if I want to make it into a long ribbon, I can also stitch them together once I've cut them. And then this one, this is a curtain. I see there's a little bit of piece left over here. Okay, it's I guess it's the ruffle at the top and 2 panels. And I looked at it, and every time I came back into the thrift shop, it was still there. Oh yeah, so this would be, I guess this was the top ruffle that went right across the top of the window, probably a kitchen window, and then there's 2 panels that were lower down. And I looked at it and looked at it, and I just said, you know, I want it, but I don't want it, and I don't know why. And so I figured, I think it's the price is going to make the decision. And so when I brought it all up to the counter, I said, what are you going to charge me for this little curtain? Because there was no price on it. And she said, how about $1.99? And I said, okay, I'll take it. And now that I've looked at it further, I kind of like it. Like, this is a cabinet and chair maker, Henry Bell, Boston. Henthaw or I don't know, Henfall and Forbes, book and stationery store. There's tea. Samuel Coverley. I don't know if these are real names or fictitious names, but on this side, yeah, there's the same thing. Imports of brass and copper. So it's an interesting enough fabric. I mean, it's fake, but it is an interesting enough fabric, and I do like the colors. So, you know, I might use it as a book cover. I might use it as a lining inside of a book. Undecided, but like I said, it was one of those, do I really want it? But for $1.99, I said, yeah, I'll take it. So it'll give me something to play with. And there are so many different little things that I could use, you know, one way or the other. So well worth it in the end. So that's it for my fabrics. And then 2 sets of napkins. I got these at the flea market. And this one is kind of, I haven't opened them. This one's kind of a lighthouse and ocean scene here. Just a little dock. And then Paris, Metro. It says Paris, Eiffel Tower. Unopened, nice new packages. So I may have some of these end up in my shop for sale coming up soon. My shop is in the middle of moving from the website to coffee. So it's kind of halfway done. And once I get everything moved over, I have so many new products to upload into the coffee site. So there will be some fabulous, fabulous deals on things if you want to shop in my shop. And then I got, well, the letter M. For those of you who watched my last video, you've learned that I'm collecting letters. And then I found this one, and I thought, oh, I have to have this one. I was supposed to pre-open these, wasn't I? Trying to save the bags. I don't really have to open it. I think you can see anyway. It's just a cushiony covered letter M, and it's in this teal blue. I'm sorry, Mary, Martha, Marie, and Maureen. No, it's not available for you because it's going in my letter collection. It does have 2 hangers on the back, but I think it's also freestanding. You know, if it wasn't in the plastic bag, it would probably stand up. But yeah, I'm just collecting random letters. I don't know at this point how I'm going to display them. I don't know how I'm, you know, where they're going to be in the house or outside. I'm not sure. I think this is my 9th one. One day I'll show you my collection. I know you guys have had I've had quite the response to my clown head collection. So one day I'll show you all my letters and all my clown heads when I get organized. Yeah, it's just, I have this thing about how sad and lonely these letters must be when they sit on the shelf. And usually they're sitting there and there's stuff piled on top of them. And they just look like they're so random and they just look so sad to be left behind. And I don't know, I have a couple of letter Ks and I like the letter K. So I couldn't imagine parting with them. So I figured, well, one of these days I'm going to start collecting them. And I was telling this to my husband and he thought it was kind of a fun idea. So I started collecting them. But I'm kind of selective, but if it really, it's hard to explain, but sometimes a letter just looks at you and you just know you have to bring it home. So it's like a puppy, right? Although much easier to take care of than a puppy. So letter M today. I should have a challenge when I find a letter that you guys have to make something with a letter. I'm going to work on that one. My next thing to show you, now this one I opened, and this one I have a good laugh. Darcy, if you're watching, I got a Yahtzee game. A Yahtzee game. Now, it says here 80 scorecards, so that's what I figured I was getting. But I did get the box, which is great to cover. It's a nice flat box. It's only about 1 inch deep. So these are fun to collage on, and put your larger fussy cuts or things you haven't cut out yet that you want to cut out and just have it on display in your studio. It's always pretty to have these kinds of things. We're coming into chocolate season. Chocolate boxes are great to collage on just displaying things in your studio, and you can put a nice fancy label to say what's in it and things that are related on the front to show what's in it, and it just looks pretty on display in your studios. And yeah, with chocolate season coming on, we should all take one for the team so that we can get these boxes to collage and cover. But when I opened the box, not only did I get the scorecards, but I got multiple sets of dice. And for those of you who don't know, Darcy from Darcy's Mixed Media, she does a challenge where she challenges herself, and it's called Scrap Shoot. So she has a pair of dice and she rolls them, and then whatever she gets, oh, look at almost snake eyes, doubles. But whatever she rolls, that's how many pieces of paper she picks with her eyes closed to make an art piece with, and it's her challenge that she does on her YouTube channel. And I've always wanted to do it, but do you think I could find a pair of dice in our house? And I know I have some somewhere, but I haven't come across them yet. So finally, Darcy, I have dice. So I'm going to put these, now this is going on the left because it's something I want to do. So I will be able to do your scrap shoot. The only thing is she does it without looking. Now, I'm not falling for that. I'm going to look at the 8 pieces there, or 6 pieces or whatever it is that I pick out. I don't know if she has a rule for doubles or snake eyes, but I'll find out what her method is and I will follow it exactly. But she uses all of the items that she picks in a piece, and if she doesn't have enough, she can add more, but she doesn't take away. That's my understanding, but I will clarify it once I go back to her channel and watch them again. But also I got all these Yahtzee sheets and some Yahtzee chipboard backing on the little pads. There's several pads here. I see some of them are written on now, but that's okay. That adds some interest on a page too. These are great to use as backgrounds and then build on from there. Lots of fun. And they are written on both sides, but this would make a nice journaling spot on the back for someone. You could also fold this in half and make into a little notebook by adding some additional papers. Maybe you're doing a book on gaming, or, something that for young people to do a book of games. I don't know. There's so many different ideas because, I have things like this and bridge scorecards and bingo cards that I've often said Monopoly money. So it would be fun to do a book of games sometime with these. But yeah, it's a win-win because I get the box, I get the scorecards, and I get the dice. So now I can play with Darcy and do scrap shoot. It was $2.99, so $3 times, so 3 times 7, it was $2.10. Either way, I get my money's worth just in my ideas. And that's my excuse. So then, another thing that I found in the game area, these were also Value Village, was these, I don't know how you say that, Archetype cards, Archetype. I don't know if they're just inspirational cards or if it's like I have to read up on it a little bit further. I have no idea what they are. Each of the cards are just listed here. But it comes with 80 cards. So when I open this, because I had to look at it, they're all different. They have this beautiful image on the one side, and then on the back it's, you know, it tells you what the card is. Scribe, light, attribute. So I don't know if it's a game. I don't know if it's sort of like tarot cards. I'm not sure, but I just love the color. The size is perfect for journal cards. What I would do with these, and it's just convenient with the next thing I'm going to show you. First of all, I get this beautiful box. You know me and boxes, right? Boxes, bags. But what I would do with this is I would leave this like this. I might embellish it further with, you know, a label, a bird, flower. You know the drill. On the other side, now because they're glossy, it's a little bit harder to glue on here unless you start doing sanding, and I'm not that ambitious to do all that work. And sometimes you don't want to take away from the image and what the original piece was. So I think what I would do is I would staple a journaling paper over top of it. You know, I don't really have anything here. Oh, I have this. So I would just staple this over top, or maybe do a layered notebook and then have this on the back. So it's a great way to use the card, show off the design, especially if you're into these colors. You know, it's kind of got a bit of an Asian look to it. You know, it's very brilliant. It could be all kinds of things. So just enhancing it further with a little bit of embellishments is all you really need on this. And you can also add your laces and trims and fibers. So when I found this bag of goodness, I just thought, oh, I could easily add some of this stitched onto here. And this is just a bag of, you know, I always call them flu fibers. I know, I said I was going to have these ready for you to... that I didn't have to open them, but sorry. I just run out of days sometimes to get all this done. But I just thought that, you know, adding some simple things like trims, it may not be perfect color, but I like it. I just think it would dress it up a little bit more. So I would stitch some of this on here. You know, maybe go back and forth a few rounds. And yeah, you could add the purple in there too. It would become a very bohemian style of design to me. Very, you know, very European looking. So yeah, lots of that could be added on and have some dangles or some fringe along the bottom. I think it would be really pretty, but I have 80 of them. So some of them will show up in my happy mail when I send it out. And I may have a day where I play with those as well. So we'll see. But they would make perfect notebooks, journal cards, tucks to go in these little tuck spots. So that was my cards. And then I got these things of the fibers. So I have lots here to work with. So some of this will also show up in my coffee store as soon as my coffee store is transferred. All my website is transferred over. And I do keep these. I do recover them. And so it goes in my trays that I have on the side. And I will be doing some See Me Go videos very soon. That comes from Lori. I've got a playlist called See Me Go. I think there's a couple things there now. And then I got this belt. Yeah, it's kind of, it's different, isn't it? It's a little bit different. I don't know that I got it so much for all the wood, because these wooden beads, although I will use them eventually, they're a little odd because the holes are on the sides here. And I don't know what this is, some type of a leather cord or something inside there. I will take it apart. What I bought it for really was these. Well, let's take it apart so you can see. I think it's just a leather cord. Yeah, it's just a soft cord. So first of all, I get all these chain loops that can be, they are all, open on one side. So I just have to take some pliers and take them apart. I also have the little links between them so I can use it as a dangle. I can add a hook onto there and then, do some tassels and beads along the bottom. But I really bought it for these figure 8 hooks. Because if you look at this, when you take off the bead, there's just a pile of them in between. So you always have to craft with your eyes wide open, thrift with your eyes wide open, and see what you can get that you can take apart and use. Like I said, these may not be my most favorite bead. They may end up going back to the thrift shop, in a little baggie for somebody else to discover. I'm not sure. I could weave some cord through there and maybe do a little macrame. Don't get excited because my macrame skills are limited. But some kind of a little, braided thing that might be a nice dangle. So I will play around. But if they don't work out for me, then I will send them to the thrift shop so that there's some crafty person out there who will find them and craft with their eyes wide open. But when you look at, I'm not even to the halfway point. When you look at all of these figure 8 hooks, and then on top of that, over here, I get these very large, heavy-duty jump rings. They're always a good thing to have. And so I'm only at the halfway point. So here's what I've got on this half, and then I still have all of this half yet too, and more jump rings on this side. I also have this big disc. When I take these things off, that's something that I can work with. This would be nice on a journal cover because of all the holes. I could weave some sari through there. It might be a little bit tight, but I should be able to get some sari through there to make a nice tie, and then have this as a decorative piece on the top with lots of holes that I can add more stuff through. And like I said, I have the other half of the belt yet to undo. And I paid 99 cents for this thing. So just this alone, if you went on AliExpress or Temu or any of those places and you wanted to buy these, you wouldn't get this many for 99 cents. There's no way. And I got twice that. So always look at things a little bit different. Go up and down the belt aisles. Go down the jewelry aisles. Some of the oddest looking things can make some great pieces for your journals. So now I'll have to deal with this. I'll just put it aside for now. And the next thing to show you is these 2 bags of beads. They are just the plastic acrylic beads, but they're very effective when you're making boho dangles or tassels. I'm not going to open both. One is kind of a rusty brown color, and then the other is this gold color. You know these beads. They're multifaceted, usually in the kids section, but they are very decorative to use in your tassel making or in your boho bead making, which we're going to have another boho bead thing coming along soon. But these are all things that I can add into them. I paid 50 cents a bag, and I'm pretty sure these are about $7 or $8 for a bag this size to buy if you go to your local craft stores. So well worth the investment, and I will definitely use these no problem. So I have the two colors. This one also 50 cents. I think I showed you in my last video, I got this glass jar, or it's a glass. I see I have some tape that didn't come off here. And it has a glass inside, and then they filled it up with these rocks. They're all kind of glued in there. It was so dirty, but I could see the potential. And so I came home and I had to take a toothbrush and Javex and clean up in here. And then some of the water had fallen through the cracks, so I had to let it dry out. But it now holds my glue. It's the only purpose. It's got a lot of weight to it, so I don't have to worry about it knocking over. I paid $2 for it, and I love it. I just love it. And it seems to be working very good on my desk, and I like it much better than the other method I had, but I knew I wanted something that had some weight to it, so I was very happy to find that. So my finale for today is not really that big of a finale, but I like it. I think it's got some possibilities. It was these 3 wallpaper borders, and it was $4. And I said, oh, do I need that really? And then I caught a glimpse of that. Can you see that? Do you know what that is, right? It was $4 for the 3 rolls. And so I had to buy it, and we're debuting it together here. And I think there's quite a lot of mileage on here. 5 yards, 4.57 meters. And it is a wallpaper border. Now it's pretty old. I might not even be able to get that first part off. Oh, keep trying. Oh, even the tape is yellow. Okay, came off not too bad. I might have to clean it up a little bit better there on the glue. But check that out. Oh, look at a pink one. So it is 5 yards of goodness, and I got them 3 times. So these will, I love butterflies. If you don't know that by now, that is probably one of my most favorite things, that and roses, and anything boho. But this is just beautiful to me. I can see lots of possibilities of using this in a journal, from just using it as a page, because it's clean on the back side. It can easily be written on as journal paper. It can be easily made into journal cards by, cutting them individually, or tags. Yeah, I'm going to have lots of fun playing with this. And this too will eventually end up in some Happy Mail, or it will end up in my shop in small lengths for sale. Now, my shop, it's when it's all moved over, you will see the prices are going to be ridiculously low, and that's because I'm not looking to make a fortune on my stuff. I'm looking to just keep it moving so I don't get buried alive here. So once I have everything over, I will make a big announcement, and you will see that there will be so much stuff all the time coming through there. And the other thing too is it's a great way to shop if you are one of the recipients of my junk journal giveaways, so that you can pick your own stuff. And because the prices are so inexpensive, you'll be able to put together quite a nice collection of goodies if you, like I said, if you should be the winner. And speaking of that, I will have my next giveaway coming up soon, because I'm only 240 away from 3,500. What is going on? I just had a crazy month of new subscribers. Pretty exciting for me. So next week, I think maybe Wednesday-ish or maybe Friday, I will start the campaign, and with a goal set for the end of November for my next Thrifty Haul giveaway for subscribers. So yes, I'm headed for 3,500. I'm just blown away by this. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up. I didn't get my draws made for the October giveaways for my Thrifty Gifties, but I will do that in the next video. I made a notation already, and so I will do that in the next video coming next Thursday. Next Thursday is going to be a very small one item. So anything I buy between now and next Thursday is just going to get put away for another week, because I will be going shopping sometime tomorrow. And then Sunday to the flea market. But next Thursday is going to be one item. That's it. But I'm going to also attach a class or like a technique onto the other side of what I do with that one item. I've been saving this for a while. I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I kind of put it on the back burner. You know, it's written in the notes to do, but then I was out thrifting and I found one of these items and I said, okay, that is a sign that you're supposed to do that. So I'm not even showing you this week. I'm saving it all for next week or saving it for next week. So you'll have to tune in next Thursday and be prepared to have fun seeing what I do with this item. And then you'll be on the lookout for it for sure. So that's it for my video today. Tomorrow will be follow-up Friday. Oh, I have some fun digitals for you this week. Oh, and some fun digitals for the challenge, but I can't tell you any more about it. We'll save it for chit-chatting for tomorrow. All right, that's it for today. Have yourself a very creative day and a creative weekend coming up. It is Thursday. The sun is shining. The snow is melting. Yes. So I'm guessing by the weekend we will be green grass again. See you all soon. Bye for now.